Ladies, be careful, there's a bear over here. You better not be... Get out of my... Hey! Get out of Finley and Ekek's... Don't you be eating Finley and Ekek's bear! Yeah, shoo that bear away! Welcome, everybody, to Life Is Feudal, Forest Village. I am your host for this evening, the Birdman known as Falcon. As you could probably imagine by the title itself, this is indeed by the same developers as Life Is Feudal, your own. I have personally never played that title myself. I do know it's indeed a first-person crafting survival game. People either seem to really enjoy that title a lot, or seem to hate it, because it's very grindy is what I've heard, but some people do enjoy that, some do not. But I'm not here to talk about Life Is Feudal, your own, I'm here to talk about Forest Village. Now, this, however, is a completely different title. This is going to be a colony sim title. And what's really cool about this, it's got all of the same features you will find in other colony sim games. However, what really stands out to me is the unique features itself, and the one that just really kind of jumps at the screen at me is the one where you can actually control your colonists in a first-person perspective. And not only are they going to run around like autonomously, you actually get to control these individuals, and you go out hunting by your own, you go out and like farm, you could go out and gather supplies, whatever you want to do, you could actually control these people manually in a first-person perspective. So you could actually get a really good feel as to the colony you've built, because you could actually get in there and kind of control your individuals as you walk around and see what you've created. Really fun little title. Let's get into the game over here and show you more of this. So this is your new village. During the next several minutes, we will show you the game basics and teach you the main principles. Alright. Each villager must have a living space. This person right here is going to be homeless, so they will be notified by a little like house icon over their head. So first and foremost, we're going to want to get a house for this individual up and running. We'll come down over here to houses, obviously. It's going to ask me to build a small house. Normally, I would just start off with a shack, but, you know, once it's a small house, we'll give it a small house. Let's go ahead and rotate the house over. I would like to have the opening from the other side. Let's go ahead and spin. The camera can be kind of really sensitive. The game runs really amazing, mind you. I got it completely maxed out. No issues with frame rates over here, but the camera can be really sensitive sometimes. So let's go ahead and set this down right here. I want the entrance through this side with the rest of them. And let's go ahead and cancel this sound. If we click on over here, you'll see the progress bar of our house. This will tell you like how close you are to actually getting it done. The first thing we want to do is find out how many items are required. So there's going to be, I guess, 3 trees in this little small area that we have to cut down in order to build that. We're also going to require 20 hay, 60 logs, or stone, and the building progress itself. So we are going to need a couple of builders for this job, obviously. And over here, you'll be able to see the warehouse, how many items we actually have. It'll tell you up here how filled up this is. So once this completely fills up, you might want to either get another warehouse because you will stop stocking supplies, which is normally never a good thing. But the first thing we want to do over here, and this will tell you the amount of items we have, clothing, food. It'll tell you the villagers. Right now we have 6 adults, 2 teenagers, and 2 babies. It'll tell you the weather, and who needs sleep, who's hungry, etc, etc. Okay. So here at the moment, we need to assign a couple of builders, so we'll come in here and we'll go into 1. 2 builders should be enough for this job, I'm going to say. And you can speed up time down here, as you can probably imagine. So, for now, let's have this run in 10 times speed, so this will get done as soon as possible. As I mentioned, I want to get a lot of this in this one video alone. We'll probably cover one more video, and as a matter of fact, if you enjoyed this, let me know, and I might actually make this into a series as well, because, you know me, I love my colony sim titles, so this is actually no difference. The one thing I will notice that I find kind of odd, not that I'm against it, as a matter of fact, I kind of find it a little bit titillizing if you ask me, but this entire village, let me pause this momentarily, is composed of nothing but women. So, I mean, I dig it, believe me, but I'm thinking to myself, how are these people reproducing without a guy in here, you know? And I'm saying, too, if I'm the guy that wanders into this village alone by happenstance, got an entire village full of the ladies here, so hey, ladies, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. I'm not being perverse, mind you, I'm just, you know, thinking like a pervert, but I'm not being perverse myself. Anyway, select a constructed house. Let's come in here really quickly. This will tell you who is now living in here. So we have Ella, we have Partinia, Aleda, and Melina. And this will tell you the ages over here and the type of, I guess, point in their life that they're at. What's really interesting to me is that anybody above 4 is considered a teenager in this era. And then the adults are like, you know, probably 16 years old or something. So I guess, you know, people used to die early back in these days. So in a sense, it makes sense. I don't know. But there you guys have it. Alright, so let's cancel out of this here really quickly. Oh, I have to hit OK. Yeah. This right here will tell you what's stocked up in this house. So once they move in, they'll probably start moving in, like, you know, food from the warehouse. So they actually have some food in their home and they don't have to travel there all at the single time. Let's see. Several types of houses. Yeah. You guys can read that if you want to. Yep. Down here, you could actually filter out icons and stuff like that on the screen. Some buildings can be upgraded down here, and this is something we're going to actually have to do with the tutorial here. So let's go ahead and click that. Improve medium-sized living place. Have extra bedrooms, high pregnancy chance, capacity 6 residents. So from 5 residents, we'll go up to 6. But what's really cool about it is the fact we'll get a happiness boost. The cottage itself will be a lot stronger, so it actually weathers storms and any sort of, like, you know, fires that might arise. And then the high pregnancy chance is also really good. So we'll go ahead and hit OK over here and have these individuals start working on this. They will momentarily break it down, to my knowledge, to go ahead and add other features to it. And what's really cool about it is really, like, visible what they're doing. And as I've mentioned, you can actually zoom in here and see what's happening. And I mentioned we could actually take control of these people in a first-person perspective, and we will be doing that once the tutorial gets to that point. I don't want to just go ahead and jump ahead. I could do it now, but we'll just let the tutorial get to that point, and then at some point it'll just give me free reign to kind of do whatever I want to do over here. Alright, so let's see, this will be our progress bar over here. They're moving stuff from the warehouse. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and take a little perusal here while we can. Let's see what's happening over here. We have... seems to be a boar of some kind. Got like a moose. Who are you? Hey, little guy. Who are you supposed to be? Hey, excuse me. You're like a fox. Okay, you can pause the game. Right. General information will be down over here. I should have probably been back in town for this. Let's see. Professions. So when you set up the profession area over here, you can actually assign people to different jobs. Now, mind you, you'll be switching this a lot based on what you need to be done. But you could also assign these people to be like permanent builders. So whenever a building project goes up and you have somebody already assigned, they'll actually go ahead and start working on it on their own. So it's a pretty cool little neat thing here. Alright, so right now, since we don't need any more builders, we'll go ahead and put this down as a 0. According to the tutorial, anyway. I'm pretty sure we need builders all the time here, game, but that's just me. You need to assign 2 construction workers again. Oh, okay. Thanks. All settlers need to eat, or they will starve to death. There are lots of methods of food production. Cool. And this will tell us into the whole food thing, and here we are. Oh, come on. I want to go over there and do it myself. Fine, fine. Can I go back now? Alright, I'll go back. I'll come back and visit you critters down the line here. We are indeed paused here for the moment, so let's come down over here. As you can see now, our house is indeed a lot bigger, holds more people, it's got a second little story to it. I like it. So right now we need to set up a little bit of a fishing area for ourselves. You kind of want to set this up in an area where it kind of like encumbers a lot of the ocean itself without, you know, being too far away from it, so you get more of a better gain from it. So let's go ahead and rotate this momentarily, and we want to set this up so that the little, there we go, something like this will kind of work out. Oh, this is good. This is actually pretty good. I'm going to say right here is a pretty good spot for us. So let's go ahead and set this down right here. Okay. And right-click to cancel out of that little menu. And they will come over here and start working their little fishing hut. Wait until the construction of the Fisherman's Lodge has finished. You damn right I will. Let's look at our status bar over here. This requires 7 hay, 30 wood, 14 stone, and then 2 people working on the job. And we'll have some people assigned as fishermen, or I guess fisher women, in this case. I really wonder what the idea is that there's only women. I'm just confused about that. It happens in the regular game too, it's not just a tutorial alone. I guess maybe down the line you get some males, I don't know. I really have no idea what to tell you about that. I just find it really odd. Let's see here. So, you want to assign some fishermen? I think it wants me to get 3 if I'm right, yeah. So, we'll have 3 fishermen over here doing their job. And so, you see over here, you can see how many fish they already have gathered. So far they're doing really good. We have a really good area over here for fish, I gotta tell you. Alright, so they'll do their thing over here. Once they have loaded up how many they could actually gather, they'll go ahead and bring it back to the warehouse. And that is where I'm pretty sure it'll allow me to go into the first-person perspective here. The storage is full. One of the fishermen will be going to carry the catch to the barn. Left-click them. So here we go, guys. Check this out. I'm left-clicking, game. Game, I'm left-clicking. Okay, hold up. Let me get closer into the action here. We have Lean. Now, we can go ahead and take control of Lean by clicking on her portrait, if I'm correct. Bada bing, bada boom! First-person perspective over here. Really cool. So now carry the resource to the barn, the largest building with barrels. Yeah, I know what the warehouse is, my friend, okay? You're calling it a barn? I thought it was a warehouse. Maybe the warehouse is a different one. Drop the resource. And this is what I meant about, once you're in first-person perspective, you could actually interact with a bunch of stuff. So you could go out there and gather some plants, some fruit, you go out there and hunt, cut down trees, so it's a really cool little feature. The only thing is you can't run to my knowledge, unless it's because I'm carrying stuff. But it's more of a simplistic little first-person feature they added. But I like it, you know, it's something a bit different. Plus, what I enjoy about it is you can actually see everything you've done. You can actually really experience and take it all in. Because normally with colony sim titles, you always have the top-down view, so you never really feel part of what you've built. And over here, it kind of gives you a little bit of that option at the very least. So press escape to leave the character control. And just like that, you can come back out and start assigning orders again. Really cool little feature. Besides food, you need to collect construction and craftable resources like wood, which is used in the construction of almost every building. So we're going to actually start cutting down some trees over here. Big surprise, huh? Oh, you got to cut down trees in a colony sim game? No way! Yeah, I know. What the hell is this over here? Oh my god, it's a bear. I saw it from this perspective and I thought it was like some sort of like gargoyle or something. It almost scared the shit out of me. Okay. So I think we want to clear out some trees, maybe through here, because I want to set up my field, like maybe right here for farming. So how about we zoom on out, and we'll do something like, I don't want to go up in the area above, because they have to go all the way around and get those, so I want to have them down here. So this is pretty good. Pretty good so far. Okay, we'll have them cut down all these trees over here. And free laborers will start chopping down trees and gathering wood. Oh, we could actually go ahead and take control of the woodcutting here too. So check this out. Yeah. Mind the resource myself. Don't mind if I do. Use the horn ability. Oh, by the way, I should have mentioned that there's also abilities in first-person control. So the horn ability will temporarily speed up villagers raising their spirit. Let's go ahead and do that. Take the resource. Oh, you want me to leave? Oh, I wanted to pick up the resource myself though and bring it back. When it is warm, fields are one of the best food resources. Let's go ahead and create it. Okay. So we want to set up our own little farming area over here at the field. Now the problem with this is we still have to bring down these trees, so I guess we could build over it to my knowledge though, right? Here is the well. The well, other than obviously, you want to keep the well, I want to say, close to the farm so you could actually, you know, water your field. And also that was really important because once you start having fires because of the heat or any other sort of incident that might happen, like lightning storms or whatever, and something catches fire, you want to go ahead and put it out with the well. So it's a really good thing to always have a well in your little colony over here. Let's see, let's go ahead and do something like... Not enough space, huh? Yeah, I'm trying, game, believe me, I'm trying to give it a go here, but you gotta work with me here, too. There we go. It's gotta be a certain size? No, you can make it smaller if you want to. Like, that would work out, apparently, a 9x9. But I want to go, like, 9 by... Let's do 9 by 15, maybe? You know what, let me cancel that. Let me go and make it closer over here, because I'm too close to the edge. I don't really like that too much. I'm sorry, it's OCD, what can I say? That's too close to the house now. That is actually a lot better. Okay, there we go. A little bit farther from the edge, just one square. You know, one square makes all the difference in the world sometimes, at least to me it does. And we'll cancel out of that, and wait for your builder to construct a field. Excellent. Alrighty. And we can see what's happening over here. Here's our little ocean area. Nice and pretty. As I mentioned, I have this completely maxed out. It's not exactly the most, like, graphically advanced game out there, but it looks nice and it runs perfectly well, and it is one of the best things. Optimization is always one of the things I look forward to, and if a game looks good and plays well, then hey, I'm happy. If it looks really great, but it plays like shit, then it's kind of like, you know, well, what's the point? If I have to, like, start lowering the graphic settings here just to get it to play properly, you know, what's the point if it looks beautiful otherwise? But this over here runs really smoothly, so I'm really happy about that. Meanwhile, you guys do this. Are you guys cutting down the trees? You still are. Oh, our field is done. There are different crops which can plant on fields. Every crop has its own set of characteristics and weather requirements for care. The current weather is displayed in the village window, as we have talked about this earlier. It is, I think late spring if I'm right. Excuse me, tell me what time it is. Temperature and weather? Right. Well, oh, here he goes. Falcon, why don't you just read, dog? Oh yeah, right, late spring. I was right! I was just hoping this over here would tell me, but whatever. The current season affects both crops and villagers. Crops do not grow during cold seasons. Select the field by clicking on it, and we want to set up a little bit of a potato field, apparently, right? Yeah, okay. Potatoes are easily the easiest ones to grow, so might as well go for that one. It's kind of like you're playing RimWorld again, you know? What's the easiest one to grow? It's always the potatoes, man. So we click on the potatoes, and we'll hit OK over here, and we want to set up a farmer, just one. Alrighty, well, I mean, go ahead and break a leg out there. I would have 2 farmers if it was up to me, but, you know, what do I know? Every plant needs water. A farmer will automatically carry water from the well after seeding the field. If moisture is above the required level, the farmer will loosen soil to dry it. Plants can grow without water, but they will grow very slowly, and there is a chance that they will not be harvestable in time before cold weather. Many crops are yet to be discovered by the villagers. You can send maritime explorers on expeditions from a port. Groups of explorers will travel in search of new plants, orchid trees, animals, and new ways to get food. That I really enjoy. You could actually set your people out to kind of like go out to the world and learn new abilities or learn about new crops and hunting methods. It's really, really cool. I love that too. Villagers can eat common plants as well. These plants can be collected by gatherers from bushes that grow mainly in forests. Let's build a gatherer's hut. Of course, we always need a gatherer's hut as well. So we'll come down here to terraforming. Now this is a really cool little feature. You can actually terraform the entire map itself. You could either like, you know, dig into the ground, or I guess you could also like build a mound. Like if you want to set up a hill or something, you could do that as well, which is a bit more trickier, I have to imagine. It takes a lot longer, but I just like the idea of you being able to terraform your land. So if you have a lot of hills in an area that you want to build on, and it doesn't look quite well, you could go ahead and like, you know, lower that land a bit by terraforming. Really cool feature. So let's go ahead and click on that. Select the 12 by 12 area. And this is where we're going to be setting up our gatherer's hut. Now that we have brought down trees over here, I don't think this is a bad place to actually set it up at. Another gatherer's hut could be up here somewhere as well, although I kind of want to set up like maybe a hunter's lodge up here at some point. We obviously don't want to cross the water just yet. How about somewhere out here? Yeah, why not? So we'll do it somewhere up here, and then up here we want to set up maybe our hunting area. So from the village, I don't want to be too far from our resource gathering area, so maybe over here isn't really too bad. So something like this, right? It's set 12 by 12. Are you letting me do it here? Oh, you are, I think. So check this out. Select the 12 by 12 area, click the left mouse button, then choose the height level and confirm it by clicking the left mouse button again. Look at the time needed for flattening in the setup window. The lower the number, the quicker. So that's what I mentioned about how long the time takes. So I guess we'll go down to like maybe a 4. It'll terraform it down here a little bit. So they'll come over here and start doing that. So let's take a little good close look at I guess the field itself over here and see how it kind of like goes down like in a bit of a hill. Soon enough you'll see like a bit of an indent in there based on the terraforming we just done. And again, the further down you go, the more obvious it'll be, but it takes longer as well. And since we're kind of short-handed here at the moment, we definitely want them not to take too long with that. Let's see, what time is it? We might be wrapping it up here pretty soon, guys. As I mentioned, I'll probably do another video of this, so if you do want to see a series on it, let me know and I'll actually continue going with it. But I do at least want to do one more video and show you some of the hunting stuff and some of the other stuff available here. But it does take a while just because it is a colony sim, so obviously it's a procedural thing where, you know, not everything is done immediately. It's got to be built, all sorts of stuff over here. How are you guys doing to the fishing lodge, mind you? Fishing away. Ladies! How's our warehouse doing here? Looking a bit light. Barn is looking pretty good with the food, though. So we have a lot of food, it's just mostly the supplies needed to build stuff, which is actually pretty low. Oh, check it out, you can actually see it now. You see how it terraforms down? Pretty cool. Let me get a close look in here. There you go. Pretty awesome. So they're still working on this part over here. You see the little, like, it goes down and it kind of amps back up. So we're waiting for this part to be done here. And I do believe if I click on this, here we go. The progress bar will tell me that we are done. Alright, let's build a gatherer's house in the area we just terraformed. Open the food production group. You got it. Gatherer's hut. And we want to place this bad boy somewhere over here. So let me move the camera around. And the door, where is the door at? Let's rotate. There's the entrance right here, huh? So let's do it like that. Okay. You have now covered the basics. You will find many more opportunities in the game to learn about. From the tooltips, just one more bit of advice to end on. Keep an eye on your food and firewood balance. Don't let them deplete or your people may starve and freeze to death. Good luck. And that is where the tutorial basically leaves you off to your own. And as I mentioned, like, the tutorial will actually, you know, generate a automatic map for you, so even you can set up your own seeds, mind you. So technically speaking, if you want to play like somebody else's map, as long as you get their seed, you'll be fine. Get their seed. But you can actually play the same map that they were playing as well. Bear, what are you doing here? Hey! Ladies, be careful, there's a bear over here. You better not be... Get out of my... Hey! Get out of Finley and Ekek's... Don't you be eating Finley and Ekek's bear! Yeah, shoo that bear away! You got that. You better not be a vicious dude, Yogi. He's over here inside the shack just hanging out. I'm gonna set up a hunter pretty soon for you, believe me I will. Alrighty, how's our hut here? Okay. I see the sleepy meter. Why is the sleepy meter here? Well, actually, we're missing a couple of stones, and we still have the building progress. So we have the stones for that, right? I mean, let me tell you, I have the stones myself, but... Oh, we don't have the stones for it. That's no good. Luckily, there's a couple of stones here, so let's go ahead and slow down time finally, because we've been running this on full-time speed here. So you know what? I think we're almost out of time, too, huh? We'll come back next episode. I will get the stone required for that, and we will set up the hunting area as well, because I'm going to show that off. And as I mentioned, if you want to see some more, let me know in the comments, and we will continue it. Also, leave a thumbs up, leave a like to support us a lot. Stick around for the next episode. I will catch you next time.